I'm Chris Adams. So I've been working on Django Speed Center as a project which I set up after seeing the success that the PyPy and Mozilla projects have had with measuring performance over time as a way to direct development and then just help people see a sense of tangible progress when it is made. There, looked and saw that the PyPy Speed Center was open source and decided to set up one for the Django community. And I've been adding better multi-project support so that we can start rolling not just the core Django framework, but hopefully soon many other Django projects. The first one I've started measuring is Django Haystack there, which is a very popular search interface and also an area where performance matters. And then I'm hoping to possibly either myself, if time allows, or find volunteers to set up things like a sample Django CMS instance that we could record overall page performance, memory usage, query activity over time so that we could just set up a snapshot and say, are we getting better yet, or do we need to make progress in an area? Is this something that works well only on Linux, or does a user on Python or Mac OS X have the same expectations for performance? So far, there hasn't been anything dramatic. I've been measuring. The good news is that the 1.2 series is pretty stable. The interesting thing it has been a couple of points during development. There was one commit a few months back, which someone found a trying to recall exactly the details, but somebody found an edge case where to do something correctly required making one minor database operation slightly slower, and you do see a nice step function confirming exactly that this is real, but still not significant.
Yeah.
There, and I think that that's probably the best news that's come out of this is that, in general, our expectation that Django is reasonably fast and has been staying the same over time is correct. I'm looking to roll memory usage in as well because that's something that is less obvious, but it's more of an issue when you start hosting large numbers of projects or your data volume goes up there. And so I think at this point, really the question might be finding out what else we could measure. Currently, all of the data that I have in for Django is using Jacob Kaplan-Moss's Django Bench utility, which is good, but also somewhat low level. And I suspect that there's probably areas where we could get out of the core functionality and start looking at something. What is your average per view performance of a page in the admin? It probably doesn't matter, but it seems like something that we might want to check because there's more moving parts involved in something that big and complicated than measuring each of the individual ORM operations or things like that.
Right.
Not directly, but that's something I've also only recently started running the tests on 1.3 because there was a compatibility issue with the way the test environment was pretending to be a real WSGI server. There never would have, it wasn't a compatibility issue with Django itself, it was just that the test suite encountered something that didn't used to be checked and now does, and so I had to patch that.